Hey, hey, hey. Hey, everybody. Let's see. I'm guessing you can hear me. I hope everyone is having a beautiful Saturday. Today, we are entering into the chat room live. So, we are going live today to talk about Christian keys. Now, y'all, there's a lot of exposure happening in the entertainment industry. And it really started to pop off this last quarter because of Cassie. Now, we know that it's been the Harvey Weinstein case and the Bill Cosby and the R. Kelly, but it's continuing to fall because people are being now they're being encouraged or they're feeling bravery to step in front of the cameras or step from behind the cameras into the spotlight to let y'all know, hey, this industry, although it could be great and it have its perks, y'all, we are dealing with some things behind the scenes that y'all don't know about, and we ready to lay it all on the front line. And that's exactly what Christian Keys said in one of his Instagrams. Now, let me go on here to see exactly when he posted this, because right now it's going viral. All we asked for. Let me see. And I did. It's an hour. Oh shoot! It's an hour long live that he did, and it was posted 14 hours ago. So y'all, it's hot off the press, okay? And so people are not talking about it, and we about to talk about it too. Now, I am going to put out a regular video on it. However, we're gonna talk about just like, what is he saying? What does this mean to the entertainment industry? And with all these people coming out, is it going to help us to reshape and redevelop the entertainment industry, the way we look at entertainers, the way that we start to, that we're idolizing them? And I'm not saying that everybody does, but have this glorified sensation that kind of puts them into some type of superior space than others. Because I mean, quiet as it's kept, that's just what happens, because they are seen as untouchable. And with the culture that we've now developed with the power of social media, it has kind of made everyone have this open book and this seemingly open book about themselves to want to show who they really are. But even with showing us who you really are, you still have some level of there could be some level of fraud still to it, because as a content creator, those people are now becoming leading people in a lot of people's homes, and they still have the ability to show what they want to show, and they're able to curate it in a way that still makes them look favorable. But when you're working with people on the back end and you're not that same person, it comes out, because everything that happens in the dark comes to the light. Now, who is Christian Keys? Oh, now, y'all, this is really my first time going live, so bear with me, because I may have some some hiccups. But let's get into who is Christian Keys. Now, me personally, I don't really know who he is as an actor, because a lot of things that he acts in, I don't watch. For instance, I do know his face, because he has played in plays with Tyler Perry. So his face was very familiar, because I did used to watch like the Medeas and stuff early on. I kind of stopped watching it just because it became really redundant when it first came out. Baby, I was on it here. I used to watch them all. I used to love them, but just after a while, when he started becoming really mainstream, wasn't a fan anymore. Not that it wasn't good. It's just it was all predictable, and that's really not the type of TV that I like. I like to be surprised. I want to guess and be wrong about what's going on. But the messaging and stuff that he was doing in a lot of his movies, they were good. Now, that's who he is. Now, I don't know. I want to be able to scroll down so y'all can see him and see a better picture. I don't want to do too much because I don't want to interrupt it. Okay, so that's who he is, and he's known for his role in, I think it's Madea Goes to Jail. Now, when I was looking up this information, I also see that he played in All the King's Men. Now, it's another show that I don't watch because, like, nowadays, I don't watch much TV now that I've gotten into the content creation space. I kind of stick to watching content that's on the internet, meaning Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, things like that. That's the kind of things that I watch. Now, I've heard about it, and I heard a lot of people talk about how good it was. However, I've never gotten into it. Now, looking more into it, I see that he's actually listed as a creator. Now, I said that to say, with him being the creator of the show, it looked like it's attached to Tyler Perry. Now, with him going live 14 hours ago, he's literally almost I want to say breaking down, and not breaking down in a sense of like he's about to lose it all, but he's like breaking down in terms of like he's very heavy and he's ready to lay everything that he has on the line because of all these things that he's been experiencing in this entertainment world, because he says that he's been actually harassed by this person in the industry. Now, who is this person? That's who everybody's trying to figure out. Right now, all fingers are leading to TP, aka Tyler Perry, because he mentions in his breakdown that this person is a billionaire. Now, he don't directly say they're a billionaire. He's just basically like comparing apples to oranges. Like, hey, there was this event that happened, or there was this time where it was happening where I was sleeping by their house because I got drunk and I was in their guest room and I ended up, falling asleep. And they came into the bedroom, got in the bed, tried me. I denied it or whatever, tried to leave. He came, tried to get back with me, blah, blah, blah. And he then says, he wanted to out this person and let it be known who it is. But he was like, these people not going to believe me because this is a billionaire. Or like, who are people going to believe? A billionaire or a person who got $3,000 in their pocket? Now, that sounds like it happened a while ago because, like I said, I done looked up and saw that he's the creator as well as an actor on all King's Men. And I see that according to IBM as well as Wikipedia, which we know it be Wikilion sometimes, I see that Tyler Perry is an executive producer. So could that be Tyler Perry? Because he also says that this person has a very distinctive voice. Now, there's so many people, or a handful of people that's in the entertainment industry by film that people just know. Like, you know him when you hear him, you know him when you see him. And the fact that he said billionaire, that rings a mind in everybody's mind automatically, like TP, because he's been known and he's been attached to Oprah, who is also a billionaire, according to these people who be checking their finances, child. They're also a billionaire, and they're directly connected to him and all of the things that he's done, production wise, as well as throughout the communities. And he also mentions that this person is basically like a fraud because people admire them. They think that they're one way, and behind the scenes is this. Now, he says allegedly this person has brought him a car because they tried to actually come on to him, actually makes actual advances to him, and that was their way of saying sorry. And he got the paperwork to prove it. And basically their production title and name is on this car. So he also goes to say that he has evidence, which is important, right? Because with the evidence that he has is by way of recording. Now it could be visual as well, audio, because he used different things in order to protect himself to record this person. So he's used like pins and he's used keychains and just little things that a person would not ordinarily think would be a recording device, because he knows that generally in the industry they will take your phone, or they will, try to make you come into these rooms with nothing so that they could protect themselves. And he's in a state of really overload because he wants to air this person out, because they have let him know also that they have people on this roster that come over whenever, however, it don't matter, and give it to him whenever he wanted. And that's what they wanted him to do, more or less. Like, make these passes to let him know, like, you'll be taken care of. So these predatory mind states of these individuals is really, really sick, because this lets you know that these people think that they're above the average person because they have these monetary advantages. And now is the days where people like, bump that, we about to expose it all, because it not only are you doing it to me, I know you're doing it to others, because one, you told me, and for two, if you do it to me, you gotta be doing it to others. And he has stated that it's been multiple times. So again, people are saying TP name. However, because it looks like, according to um Wikipedia, it looked like All the Kingsmen show is still going on, and it states to be underneath Tyler Perry. And the place where he is in his life right now, it seems that he wouldn't even like associate with the person that it is, because of all the bad things that they're doing to people, as well as the position that they're putting people in. And now he's in a position of these people that's working with him and coming up under him. He has made it known that he's in a business of protecting people, especially when you have a gift, because your gift should be led by and only with your gift, not your body, and so on and so forth. So could it be him? I don't know. Who else could it be? I started thinking about, I don't even want to say, because I don't want it to be put out there like that's who it could possibly be. But I think that we have to get off the word billionaire, because I think that he said it, which it could be true, because again, this person has a distinctive voice according to him, and it's going to come out. And at this point, who he says he is, it got to come out, because he's seemingly to be, he purposely stated that he did not put this out earlier because he wanted the statutes of limitations to expire, for one, because he didn't want it to be seemingly all about money, and he don't want to attach who he is, and I guess his level of success that he probably would get from it, meaning monetarily. He didn't want it to be attached to a lawsuit that would have gotten him money that, although he could have done things with, then it still be wrapped into not his gift, but the harassment lawsuit that he got. So he says that it's going to come out. And with the position that he's in terms of creating shows, which then creates jobs for these type of people, meaning people in the entertainment industry, you wanting to create different environments and different spaces, so it becomes almost your duty to protect people and to make these people who are in these authoritative positions to crumble them down. But he also said, and I say crumble them down, I know, but going live, you don't always have the time to think of the correct word, so excuse me, y'all. But also making it known that, hey, this is really happening, and not only to women but to men too, because that's the thing. A lot of times things are happening to men and they are scared to come forward, because as a man, you don't want people to think that you're not masculine, because you don't want to accept the advances of women or men that's putting that are in these superior positions. And I only say superior just because, that's what sometimes people mind thinks when they think of people who have more money, or people who have more access, or people who were seen as quote unquote bosses. So not that they're actually superior, but y'all, it is about to get crazy, because he is going to release it. It's just a matter of time. And as far as me watching, picking up on off of what he putting down, he ready to put it down tomorrow, but he have these people in his ear, like his brother, like, no, no, no. And I'm guessing because at this moment, when you do stuff like that, you have to be very strategic, because there are possibilities of you being blackballed, aka Monique. This is what happened to her when she exposed some of the higher ups. And Tyler Perry was one of the people that's in that number, because it was Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, and what's the other guy name? He did what is that show? Empire. I can't think of his name right now. But because that's who I started to think about it too. But I don't know his voice, and I've heard his voice, but it's not really that distinctive to me. In addition to it, like, he is Lee Daniels. He's a known gay man. And so the person that Christian is alluding to, he alludes to maybe the fact that he presents himself as a straight man, but obviously like to get, eggplants on the side, possibly. Now, who else could it be? And I'm thinking it has to be someone in the African American side of film, because that, looking at his discography or filmography, I don't know what it's called for, actors, it looked like that's the bulk of his movies that he's done and that he do. So who could it be? Do y'all have any idea? Put it in the comments. Now I'm gonna actually make a video um on the regular side, like I normally do. I'm gonna make that video, but I'm gonna chop some of this up to put like the really, really important pieces, because some of the stuff that he says in the video is repetitive. So I'm just gonna take all that out and just give y'all the dry bones, give you the facts, so that you can num num num, chew it, and chew the meat, spit out the bones. But I don't follow him. I don't know much about his career, but baby, I'm about to hit follow. He got a new follower, because when he drop it, I won't be there to pick it up so that we could talk about it. And I actually still want to talk about it on this live, but the video too long. I have not gotten a chance to edit it. Now, so that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll go through and I'll edit it so that we could come back and dissect exactly what he said, to pick up what he putting down. Because y'all know I always say, y'all be listening, but y'all don't be hearing, which is why I'm thinking this person might not be a billionaire. Because again, it's easy to think that it's Tyler Perry. And he says that we gonna know the person as soon as he played. So the fact that he's working with him now, and it looks like production is, or the show is actually produced and filmed on the Tyler Perry studio, which is in Atlanta. So that's gonna be maybe another hint too, but not necessarily, because I'm thinking this is from maybe years ago, and it's really haunting him, because one, he was not, even though he was able to say no, he wasn't able to stand up to that individual or put it out to possibly save more people behind them. Even though he had all this evidence, he knew what was going to come behind him should he expose this person, because that's how much society love him. Now, in addition to that, he also mentions that, he knows these things is going to happen, because look at Cassie. Now, Cassie was one of the people who inspired him. He says she inspired him to come out and stand up against this person. But look what's happened to her, right? We see a lot of the evidence. We see things that support what she says. However, and when I say we, I'm just saying collectively as a society, as a people. We see all these things, however, we don't want to believe it. Why is that? Why is it that we can have all the information that we need? We can have the voice, we can have the recording, we can have it on video sometime, and people are still gonna be like, "No, that ain't it." Because when we start to idolize these people, we have this note in our mind, or we have these um, thoughts in our mind that this person would never do anything like that because of who they are and what they've done for the community, for the society, for the industry, so on and so forth. And that's some of the things that he's dealing with and dealt with, because he knew he wasn't in the position that he wanted to be, and he felt like he would then be blackballed. Because sometimes it don't matter the level of success you've obtained when things like this happen, especially when it's not done correctly or in the right time. You still going to get mistreated, aka again, Monique. Same thing happened with her when she decided to say no to some of the higher ups in the industry. She was blackballed for a while, and the way that she was able to get back on track was, I believe, this is a personal belief, I believe, was people who was opposite of those people outside of the system, or outside of um the standards of go along to get along people. People trying to create the new normal, like 50 Cent. Like, we know, like 50 Cent, he in the industry, but he's not like a lot of the normal day-to-day celebrities who kind of do what the people tell them, and meaning the people that's, above, that you don't ever really see. He's kind of going outside of that circle in order to make his way by using the direct voice of the people, by getting some of this stuff on your own, like building a name for yourself outside of who people always say you got to go through, understanding your audience to know that, okay, if I don't go through y'all to get to the audience, I can create something else to get to them. And I now have direct access. I don't have to go through you. Like, really learning the business, learning the dynamics of how things really work, and not how we are, not how we're programmed to learn how these things actually work. And he was one of the ones who was able to, really, really tell people like, hey, y'all, this girl is good. Like, let's put her back into the industry. And you can tell that that's a person who's going against the grain, because usually on a normal, the way that it usually works is, if you touch a person that they told you not on the in club and can't get in, when you touch them, we coming after you. Same thing like 50 Cent do. We coming after you and them even more, because you went against the grain. So in those cases like that, when you Monique stepping outside of it, when you 50 Cent stepping outside of it, you have to have a plan, and you can't go about it without some type of strategy, without this, if this is your career and this is your path, without knowing how you're going to attack the backlash that comes with it. You have to have a plan. Oh, it looked like somebody was in here, and I didn't even know who they were, and I didn't see them. But hey, um yeah, I wanted to talk about it, y'all. Let's see where we're going now that a lot of people are bringing this out into the light. I want to see and picture a different, way of accessing accountability, and just things that shouldn't be, like people who have fame and fortune, which is what everybody quote unquote wants. That's what society tell you anyway. People who have this stuff, like they believe that they are so far from the people that it gives them the ability, and it gives them this mindset that say, I could do what I want and I'm exempt from everybody else. I don't play by the same rules. But when you start to go back and knock down all those notions and create a new way of living and a new society as to how we're going to move forward, now that creates a different playing field. It kind of makes everything more even, because just because you have money, that don't mean you better. Just because you have money, that don't mean you smarter. Just because you have money, that don't mean that you're wiser. You have you now have access to a level of something that you're supposed to, reach down and go back and help people, not diminish them, not try to, make it seem like you're more superior. So I'm interested to see what they're cultivating. Is a time now too to where it goes against the agenda, because a lot of time people associate like the agendas and stuff of the world with like Illuminati and stuff, but honestly, it's just everything is an agenda, because you have to remember we live under a system. The way that the world is built is systematic. And that's why when people talk about these agendas, it's like, what do we as the people who run, not even just the country, but the world, like, what are we doing? How are we going to progress it? And how are we going to stack people to be part or, superior and stuff like that? Against these ops, the other countries who don't want to comply or whatever. So these systems are just built into everything, to where once we get into the system, we can kind of knock out these agendas that they have in order to take down different communities and different cultures, because that's honestly what's happening with these agendas. But I'm interested to know and see who this person is. And like I say, I think that we will know, and it's going to be revealed. It has to be revealed based off of what he said and how he said it, because I don't think that people are going to let it live down, because right now he has made his position as to, this is who I am and this is what I'm about moving forward. And I just, for some reason, and not just because of the level of superiority that people put him on, I just, because of him in that show, meaning All the King's Men, even though it said like it's still going on in 2023, we know that means that it probably happened somewhere in the end of 22, the beginning of 23. And for some reason, I can't associate him with that because of where the way he's saying it. And again, if he is the creator and a producer, he has to have some type of level of contact with his EP, because that's the person who, ultimately, has the show. So for some reason, I'm not thinking it's him. We could go with that for now, but I'm not thinking it's him. Now, I can't really tell if somebody is in the chat room, but if you are, please reveal yourself. Type in the chat. Let's see who's out there. So, because I don't want to drag it on, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and end it, because I still need to kind of learn this system, so I can see what's what and who's on and things like that. I think I've talked about majority of all that I wanted to say. And that's a big thing. Like, everybody speaking out. Cassie has given this courage for, all these younger people coming through, feeling like they ready to lose it all. They'll lose it for what it'll gain and what other people are gaining from it. And honestly, that's what we should be doing as people anyway. Like, even when we talk about generational wealth, and it could be off the subject, but I'm just saying this to say, even when we talk about generational wealth, we're creating it not for us to benefit, but for the people who are part of our legacy to benefit from, because your work may not produce what you're thinking that it will. You're really doing all this work for the people behind you. So in the same sense with these people who are stepping forward, like they may not benefit from it in the now because they may get blackballed. Nobody may talk to them, because one of the things that he said is like, a lot of his peers, he wonder who is going to start talking to them, because he know of the backlash is going to create, and probably even prevent them from doing in film. So that then cuts off a level of income for them and their families. And so this could happen to him too. And that's what he's like, I know that this kind of stuff is going to happen, but I'm going to be the face of it on this side of it, the film side of it. And I know that this kind of stuff can happen, but you have to be willing to do it for the people who can follow you. And that's why he's ready to break down in the video, because like he said, he could not stand up to this person because he know that this has happened to so many people behind him. And that's the struggle. That's what you end up fighting with. And you feel that's what really probably is eating at his manhood. Not the fact that somebody came onto him and he just said no. The fact that, you really tested me like that. And not only did all I did was say no, I didn't expose you like I should have. Because that's what's really going to, let people know that, hey, I'm standing on business. I don't care if I lose it all. But y'all, I want to know what y'all got to say. What do y'all think about this? Who do y'all think that it is that he was talking about? If you have not seen his live that was posted 14 hours ago, let me know. Maybe y'all even have been hearing about this. Who else have he worked with? Who else have he worked with in the past, y'all? And I know nobody's on here right now. Let me see. I'm trying to see how I change the how I go in and change the stuff that's on screen. Yeah, I'm doing too much in the background, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there because I don't know what I'm doing. But thanks for everybody who stopped in to chat. Unfortunately, I don't know who was on here. I wish I did so that we could chitter chat some more. But I'll be back later once I do some more digging and once I see who this could be and what all people are saying in the comments. I know I did see Tammy Roman comment saying that he's a non-problematic person, and she feeling sorry for him, feeling sorry that he's had to experience this. Let me say, I saw All Dandre, that's his name. He's known in the film industry as an actor. And he said that this happens basically all the time, and people are not ready for this kind of conversation. And if you knew who are these men and women that's doing things like this, it will blow your mind. And people, again, they're not ready to have these type of conversations because of their names in the industry, and they've built such a reputation that half of these claims would seem unfathomable, just because we only like to believe what we see when we feel like these people are good. So y'all, I know I done said it about 5 or 10 times. I'm going to also post this. I wish more people would have joined, but we're going to continue to go live. We're going to continue to talk. We're going to continue to have this chat live experience with everybody. Before y'all leave, before y'all get up out of the chat room, make sure that y'all like and share this video. Make sure y'all go back to watch all the previous content that has been made. Also subscribe if you have not. We have a lot more coming, especially getting on doing lives. Make sure that you turn on your notification bell so that you know whenever we do go live. Okay. Also, make sure that you check out our membership. with the membership. I am going to start to go on with my face for people who subscribe for that level of membership. But there's so much more that we're going to be talking about, and I cannot wait. So until next time, that's going to be it. Bye-bye.